Hey folks, well today we're going to talk about how to prepare for your next 100-mile hike, so stay tuned. I'll probably do a series of these videos, but for now we're going to concentrate on the physical preparation of what we do for a 100-mile hike. If you've never done such a hike, you probably really don't know what it takes to physically and mentally get through a multiple day hike doing 10 or 15 miles a day for 10 days in a row, something like that, whatever your schedule is. I've seen stress fractures, I've seen heat strokes, I've seen altitude sickness, I've seen mental fatigue. Bad things can happen to anyone out there on a trail. But my experience is that the more you're prepared for this kind of thing, the greater the success that you'll have. It's early January here in Colorado, and I'm about 90 days away from going down to Arizona to do 100 miles on the Arizona Trail. So this is what I'm doing to prepare for that. In my physical training, I always start off slowly. The first thing I do is I do my stretches. Now, I wasn't always a big fan of stretching, but the kind of benefits you get out of stretching are it increases your flexibility and your range of motion. It prepares your muscles for activity and brings you a much more productive workout. It also increases blood flow to your muscles. Now, another reason why I do stretching is because I messed up my IT band about a year ago. So now, before all my workouts, I do stretches. I also do high intensity interval training, and that's great for burning calories, and it's also really good for endurance training. When you can't get out there and do 10 miles a day hiking. Now, the high intensity training that I do are, I have my basement stairs. You can use your house. You don't need to go to the gym if you don't want to. You can use things in your house to get this kind of training done. So what I do is I run up and down my stairs. I do 10 reps of going up 12 stairs, so that's 120 steps that I do. And then I rest for a minute, and then I do it again. I rest for a minute, and then I do it again. My heart really gets pumping fast. Another thing I do is mountain climbers. The next thing I do is leg, ankle, and knee strength. So what that means is I do lunges, and I do a couple different kinds of squats, your standard squat, and I also do a one-legged box squat. Then I do some core training. So I do bicycle crunches, and I do push-ups, and I do arm curls, and I do some bicep and tricep training. And I start out this routine doing about 20 minutes in the beginning, and then I'll eventually work up to do like 45 minutes of this kind of training. And I do it 5 days a week, every week, without fail. And then on the weekends, what I do is I get out and hike. So I start out with about a 5-mile hike with about 12 pounds on my pack, and minimum elevation, I would say like 500 feet of elevation gain. And then I slowly build up. So what I'm building up to is about a 15-mile hike with a full 30-pound pack and about 4,000 foot elevation gain. And I'll get there in about a month and a half. Again, I'll do those hikes every weekend. Of course, these workouts are great for physical preparedness, but there's more to it than that. There's mental toughness that you build. It teaches you to safely push through those tough times when your brain is telling you, I'm gonna quit. Most of the time when people quit hikes, it's because of this. It's not because of physical activity. It's what's going on in your head and your mental toughness. Now, there's always an element of safety. You don't want to push through things you should not do for safety reasons. So always be aware of safety. Be tough, but be smart. Hiking is also real environment training. It gives you experience on how to maneuver on the trail. So you have uneven surfaces, you have rocks, sometimes you might have slippery or wet surfaces. You have to know how to maneuver those things. You have to learn how to go down steep hills without wrecking your knees. And I always recommend that the trail time should be at least twice as much as what you spend in the gym. I want to stress that everybody is different, and so the routine that I laid out might work for you, but if you've never done this before and you have no experience on how to prepare for this kind of thing, I would recommend you go see a professional. So go see someone who is experienced with endurance training and have them make a program for you. So in the coming videos, I'll talk more about what it takes to prepare for a 100-mile hike. We'll talk about trail selection, we'll talk about food prep, we'll talk about gear, we'll talk about navigation and emergency preparedness and a whole bunch of stuff. So stay tuned. If you like this, please subscribe below. Use those newly developed training 100-mile muscles and smash that subscribe button, press the like, share it with your friends. Much appreciated. So until next time, be good to yourself and hike on.